Hi guys, welcome back to Serenity Shed. Today we're going to do some rose water. So the roses, some of them are looking a little bit worse for wear now, but we have some petals, so I'll just show you inside the shed now. Well guys, I've got some of these lovely petals, and these are from my rose bush, which is called a memorial rose. It's best to use fresh petals to make rose water if you can. If not, you can use dried petals, but fresh petals give you a more stronger fragrance. Also, with this, you can well, I'm going to use rainwater, so I'm going to collect some rainwater, and then what you do is you boil it up. And then basically you put the roses in to extract the smell, and then basically drain it off through a drainer so the rose petals don't go through, and then you're left with rose water, which you let cool and then bottle up. And it's good for the skin, but please make sure that if you are doing this, that use no pesticides being used on the rose bush. I have not used any on my rose bush. So yeah, okay then, I'll be back to you later guys. Hi guys, welcome back. Well, I've been collecting rainwater in this little pan. I use it for waxing. You can still see a bit of the wax on the side of it still, but yeah, this is all rainwater, and I'm going to go and boil it up just to make it all clean. And I'm going to go over here. And what you really need ideally is fresh rose petals, so I'm going to take a few of those for my rose water and we'll take it from there. Guys, I've come in with this old pan of mine with the rose water in, and I've collected my petals here, and what I will do is I'm going to scrunch them up a bit before I put them in, once I've heated this water up, so we'll see how we go. And then I'll add, once I've heated it up, I'll add the petals, and then I'm going to leave it to cool down. Hi guys, so I've got my petals in the water now, in the rainwater. I prefer to use rainwater, and I'm just scrunching them down, breaking them up a little bit to extract the scent. I'm not going to heat it up too much, but just enough. And then I'm going to leave it to cool. I prefer to use rainwater because it's natural. I didn't want to use any other water. So mind you, here in Wales we do get a lot of rain. So I thought I'd do that. So we basically don't boil the water. We just leave the petals in and just let it kind of heat up and simmer. And you want to do this maybe for about half an hour, or well, I do it a little bit less to be honest, until the petals start going translucent. And once that happens, you can just put it to one side. A lot of people use distilled water, bottled water kind of thing, but I just wanted to use rainwater. I'm not going to be drinking this anyway. This is just going to go on for the skin. So we'll just see how we do. We'll just leave it now to just heat up a bit more. Still on this there. Give it a stir. I use this old pot for lots of different things, so it's a very handy little pot. Let's give it a bit of a scrunch up. You can start seeing it's going a little bit translucent, some of the petals are, but we don't want it to boil, because that can make well, if you want to drink it, that would make the rose water bitter, so if it boils. So just let it simmer. I'll just turn it up a little bit more. We'll just give it a little bit more heat there. It's quite a nice thing to do actually. I mean, if you've got roses in your garden, make a little bit of rose water. I mean, I used to do this sort of thing as a kid. I used to try and make perfume out of roses with water, but I didn't know how to do it properly. I just used a tap water and just stuck it in there. It didn't smell that, didn't get much of a smell. but by heating it up, obviously it's going to extract the smell much nicer. So just leave it to, if you can hear that noise, that's my son. He's just watching me do it, aren't you, love? Yeah.
Also, you know, when you said you used to make, like, what do you call it, like perfume when you was younger?
Yeah.
I remember when back in my days, I'm making myself sound like I'm 100 years old.
Yeah.
I used to gather a bunch of grass leaves and daisies, just put it in water, like in those Tic Tac boxes, shake it up and pretend it's like a magical potion.
Oh, that's right. In the garden, you used to do that, didn't you?
Yeah.
To make potions.
It didn't really work out very well. I mean, it kind of did, but you know.
Yeah. Let's get this up a little bit higher, the heat. So it's taking a while, isn't it? If I put a lid on it, it'd probably be quicker, but anyway, I think it's starting to simmer, isn't it? Not quite. It's quite. Oh, there we go. I can hear it now. Listen, can you hear it simmering? It's starting
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take it off the heat now. Yeah, it's definitely simmering.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's simmering, so I'm going to turn it off.
Why does
now.
it look like onions?
It does a bit look like onions. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it to cool off now. You can see the steam coming off, and we'll see what we have later. Well, hi guys. Well, I've left this rose water well overnight and into most of the day. So now I'm going to drain it off. So I've got this little jug here for when I want to pour it into my bottles. And I'm going to, I don't have a big massive thing. I'm going to use this little tea strainer here. So I'm going to put that on there like that. And then I'm going to gently do a little bit at a time and just pour it in. Hopefully not spilling it all, just catching the petals. Any that's going to fall in or anything else. Oh, it smells nice. Shame you can't smell it. So I think that's all of it pretty much. I'll get as much in as I can. That's just the wax on the pan. I use this pan for a lot of things. So I'll just get as much as I can. Not many petals fell in actually. There's still loads left in there. So now once I've done that, that should be. Oh, look at that colour. Wow, you can see the colour. That is a different colour. It's not a dirty pot. That's a actually clean pot, and it's gone that colour. So I will then now just put that to one side, and I shall tip it into a nice bottle when I get one. So I'm going to tip it into a temporary bottle and then put it into a nice bottle because I haven't got a nice bottle at the moment, but I've ordered one. So that's it so far. There we go. The last little bit of the roses, I decided just to squeeze the last bits out of that and then tip it into there. So I didn't want to waste anything. You can see that it's caught all the little bits in the strainer, which you don't want that to go in. And like I say, and I'm going to leave that and sort that out tomorrow. Well guys, in case you thought my pot was dirty, here, it's not, it's absolutely clean. But I just wanted to put it into a glass so you can actually see the colour of the water now. And you can see that was a clear water, and that's been left overnight and most of today, to be honest. And now I've poured it out so you can see that all the rose petals have extracted the juices and stuff, and you've got some rose water. But you can put this in the fridge and it can last quite a long time if you put it in the fridge. I think if you leave it out, it's probably last you about a month. With rainwater, I wouldn't exactly drink that one. I could use it on your skin, but I would get distilled water if you want to do a drinkable one. But just check up on everything, you know, double check that is so. But this is my first time actually making rose water, apart from when I was a little girl, obviously. I tried some, but this is done properly now. So I'm very pleased with the outcome. Just have a sniff at it. Let's see. There's a slight scent there. But yeah, there we go. You have your rose water. I shall bottle that up later on. Thank you for watching. Well, hi guys. I'm now back in Serenity's shed with my little jug of rose water. These are some dry petals I've got. I had this jar, but it never came with a lid. But I've got a little pipette, so I'm going to use that just temporarily until I put it into a better jar. So at the minute I'm just going to hopefully pour this rose water into this jar. I'm hoping it's not going to spill. Actually, I'm going to move it back a little bit onto this table here. Let's move this over because I really don't want to get it on my cloth, to be honest. Right, so we're going to try now, pour this in. I'm hoping I'm not going to get it everywhere. See, seems to be going in. Oh, there we are. Oh, I think that's about enough. A tiny little bit left in there, but I won't use that bit because it's got a little bit of a sediment in that. So that looks fine to me. That's really nice. I'll just put that in there, and then I can use that for just to, you know, get a pipette of it and just use it as and when. There we are. So that should last about a month, basically. Yeah, basically. This should last a month. If you put it in the fridge, it will last longer. But that is my rose water final result. I'm quite happy with that. I'll just put a little rose water and put the date on it, just so I know. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Just wanted to add a little bit more. I've just put this stop on the top because I didn't have the stopper with the bottle, but I just wanted to try it on my hand. So I'm just gonna I don't know how to do this, to be honest. I'm gonna put a little bit on my hand. As you can see, there's some in there. I'm just gonna put it on my hand now, like that. You can see it's on my hand. It's kind of wet there. I don't know if you can see it on there wet. I'm just going to have a sniff, and it actually does smell of roses, so it's really good. Yeah, I can smell that. It does actually have a fragrance, so yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So there we are, there's your rose water.